So welcome, Jessica. Can you just share your name and position and what organization you work with?
Of course. Thank you for having me. Jessica Hoefer. I am the resource director here at the Prosser Boys and Girls Club, which is part of the Benton and Franklin County's Boys and Girls Clubs.
Well, I so appreciate you joining us today, Jessica, to just share, to shed some light on what's happening with families across our community, but particularly in the outlying rural areas. How has COVID-19 affected families and particularly kiddos? So what have you been seeing and hearing in West Benton County about how the pandemic has affected families and the families that you serve?
It's been really interesting. When we look at where the Prosser Boys and Girls Club serves, we did a community survey, and it really encompasses the broader scope. It's not just a small part of Prosser. It really expands into the, like you said, the rural area with Strand, just outside of Benton, the Prosser border. We have families that are affluent to our doctors. We have families of migrant workers. We have such a spectrum of people we serve. And so when the pandemic hit, the first thing we noticed was parents panicking, wanting to know what they were going to do, especially if they were essential workers and still having to go into the office and work outside the home. Boys and Girls Clubs traditionally are after school programs. We're there between the hours of 3 and 7 to make sure that kids have a positive, safe place to go to so that they're not home on technology, just watching TV or making bad choices, because studies show that when kids have nothing to do when they're bored, that's when they get in the most trouble. So when this pandemic hit, parents panicked, called us, and we adapted our services to provide emergency care because parents didn't want to leave their children home alone, rightfully so. We're hearing a lot that some families still are. We're trying to reach out to those families that are afraid to ask for help, whether it be by pride or just not knowing what's out there. So we're trying to outreach and make sure that they know our services are available. And now that school is coming back, it's setting a whole new set of panic in parents, because if they are not home consistently, are their children going to get online? Are they going to do that work? And how can we work with the schools? How can we work with the families and provide that added security so that their children don't fall behind? And then it adds an element of hunger. Schools can provide a resource for food for kids that maybe don't eat during the day. So we've stepped up our services and trying to provide more food for people. We've been setting food boxes out and having people come by and pick up food at any time. And it's been amazing. We serve probably 100 people a day just coming by to pick up food. It's an average of 5 people per car. So it's been pretty incredible.